What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate support. I'd like to wish you guys a happy Thursday, by the way. And with that being said, let's get in this news. I came across this story about 10 minutes ago, and this right here is, man, this is rough. Everybody that has grandparents that love them to death. See this guy up here? In fact, we'll switch that. See this woman up here? This woman was, and I say the word was, 88 years old. And her name is Yik Oi Huang. She's from San Francisco, California. And in 2019, she was beat badly, where she clung to life for as long as she could in the hospital by this man right here. This piece of shit you see at the time of this, in 2019, January to be exact. This guy was 19 years old. His name is Keontae Gathron. He's now 25 years old, and he recently was found guilty in a court of law for the beating death of this woman, and the way he did her was brutal. In addition to that, he represented himself in court, which he looked like a dumbass, and also he's attached to over 24 other crimes where he targeted Asian people out there in San Francisco, California. Take a look at what happened, and I'm going to come back and tell you how messed up it is, how he did this woman that he did not know, that was exercising in a park when he did this to her. Take a look.
New at 5, the man accused of fatally beating an 88-year-old woman known as Grandma Wong in San Francisco back in 2019 has now been found guilty. KTV's Christian Captain joins us live from San Francisco's criminal court. And Christian, that suspect was found guilty of murder and nearly 24 other crimes against people of Asian ancestry.
Yeah, exactly right. That defendant pleading not guilty, denying responsibility for more than a half-dozen instances, including the murder of Grandma Huang. The vicious attack in January 2019 in Visitation Valley on 88-year-old Yik Oi Huang, known affectionately as Grandma Huang, sent shockwaves through San Francisco. Grandma Huang died from her injuries about a year after the attack. Police arrested Keontae Gathron, now 25 years old, and said he was responsible for a spree of attacks on teens and elderly people of Asian ancestry. Gathron denied the allegations and wound up representing himself in court, and now a jury has found him guilty of murder and numerous other charges.
We also tied Mr. Gathron to a number of incidents involving carjackings and robberies that happened in the weeks leading up to Ms. Wang's murder and also the weeks following, including armed robberies. And so, yes, the jury has come back finding him guilty of multiple incidents.
While the victims are all of Asian ancestry, prosecutors argued the motive was financial gain. Grandma Huang's family said the guilty verdict brings some closure. What they hope is that it will help some people feel safe in their communities.
The message, I think, we hope that this case, my grandma's case, will bring the message to the community. I hope that this case closure will bring out a good message to the community and all the people, the local community, the local family here to bring up a safer environment that we showed up as Asians and as other minorities as well.
Advocates for Asian American justice hope that the case shows that the city is taking seriously the idea of accountability.
To me, the guilty verdict it's a moment of truth. It's long overdue, and it validates what our community has been fighting for.
And Gathron is set to appear in court later this month for sentencing. He faces life in prison. We're live in San Francisco. Christian Captain, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
Fucking disgusting. Disgusting. That's the kind of shit that set me off. Seriously, I don't give a fuck who it is. Why are you doing that to old people? You're 19 fucking years old at the time this crime occurred, and this is what you're doing. Let me show you something. I had to dig back and find this. San Francisco man, this is from 2019. The San Francisco man at the center of the alleged crime spree that left the 88-year-old woman clinging to life appeared in court for the first time this past Thursday. This is in 2019. On various charges, including attempted murder. Keontae Gathron, he was 18 at the time, 18, allegedly beat the elderly grandmother with her own cane before stealing her car keys before stealing her keys and leaving her to die in the sandbox of a playground across from her Visitation Valley home on January 9th. Prosecutors said in court records that Gathron went on to rob more vulnerable Asian victims in the days that followed. In separate robberies on January 19th, he allegedly stole the cell phones of 14 and 16-year-old Asian girls. Gathron is facing 16 counts in connection with the 3 robberies. Prosecutors have not charged him with a hate crime or filed any charges in connection with the carjacking that he is allegedly to have carried out at a gas station on January 16. The beating of the 88-year-old Yik Oi Huang has prompted safety concerns in Visitation Valley and stirred racial tensions in the neighborhood. Politicians have since called for more police and security cameras in the area. Anyway, it says Huang was found in the park after her neighbor called the police to report a man walking down the stairs of her upper unit home in Visitation Avenue between Delta and Cora Streets. Her brother-in-law arrived at the scene and told people she often went on early morning walks around the park at around 7:25 a.m. He found Huang unconscious, lying on her back in the sandbox there. Listen to this. Huang had suffered a skull fracture, brain bleeding, numerous facial fractures, and was bleeding heavily from her head, face, and nose. Police found her cane in a nearby road. What is a road? R-O-O-D, I don't know. Prosecutors said Gathron threw the cane up there. Oh, it's a roof. Gathron threw her cane up there. Officials also found a bloody napkin and a black glove at the scene. All right, OJ. Now, this is what happened, right? Let me get my screens to come back up. So all of this stuff happened to this woman. Now, first thing is this. This happened in 2019, right? It's 2025, about to be 2026, and it took this long for the family to get justice. He wasn't representing himself in court. Justice system don't go give a damn about anybody, people. They just want to, this thing is like a cash cow. Long as he's locked up, somebody's making money from it, so there ain't no rush for justice for the families. It's no rush. We'll get to you when you get to them. Then they'll tell you some bullshit like we got so many cases that, no. This shit is bullshit. Another thing is, where's the hate crime? You targeting certain races of people. But they didn't add that. Why? That's the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Other races do stuff and they target certain races. Sometimes they won't put the race, the hate shit on it. Sometimes they do. What stipulates it? He was racially targeting people. Why them? And that goes for any race that targeted somebody else. Why them? Because you feel as though you have an advantage. You know what I'm saying? Asians, you don't really see them out there in the street acting violent and stuff, being caught on the news and stuff. I think when I was in prison, I was locked up. Out of like 4,000 inmates, 2 of them was Asian. You know what I'm saying? But either way, man, damn, it's messed up. You 18 years old. And you come up with an elaborate scheme to target people that you think have money or people that are quiet that you don't think you're going to get caught. Definitely ain't fearing no physical repercussions from it. And you targeting these people. She's 88 years old. Look at her in the damn bed, hospital bed. Look at her. Tell me somebody that loved their grandparents would not be going off if that happened to him. All life matters, man. You know what I'm saying? As well as potential that some people don't use, or what they do is they just quell their potential and go off of wanting to be something that they not. Or they're too lazy to go out there and get it for themselves. Or they have no damn direction. It's heartbreaking this woman died like this. She lived 88 years on the planet, was exercising to have longevity in her life, only to get killed across the street. Did you pay attention to the thing? He beat her up, beat her face up with the cane, right? And then they saw him trying to come out of her house. Well, I guess coming out of her house because he took her house keys. That tells you what? He sat there and watched this woman come out. Sick. Then you let him get in court and represent himself. And it took 5 years for that. Which he was found guilty in it. You know, he's getting sentenced later on this month. Shit is bullshit. It is. That's a death penalty right there. If I had my way, these random vicious acts of violence and stuff, you out. You out. No questions asked. You know what I'm saying? The method of your motive is there. You did it for financial gain. You 18 years old. You could have did anything. Got a job, went in the military, did something. Instead of targeting somebody that's at the end of their days and out there exercising and doing as much as they can because they love life, and you come and take it away from them when your dumbass young life was just beginning. Sickening. Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. It's unfortunate this happened. And a lot of times, you know, you look at the severity of how sad the crime is, where the person's not here no more. But a lot of times we don't think about the impact that it has on people that still love this person and are still left here trying to get closure to a wound that'll never heal, both in their heart and in their minds. I'd fix this shit. Seriously. See you in the next video. Take care.